What's up guys, welcome to VintageGenetics, and today we're actually going to start out by making a meal. My last meal of the day I obviously worked out already, which I will show right after the pasta dish. As you can see, I already weighed out the pasta here. It should be whole wheat, but this was left, so I was gonna use it. It actually makes more volume than brown rice. So I chose the pasta. For this time it's about 100 grams. And we're going to use pasta vegetables, a mix of vegetables I like to use, and some salmon cubes. And we're going to use coconut oil to put in the pan. And we're going to add some more things that I'll show you. So the first thing we're going to do is take the coconut oil. You don't have to use much, like that. It's 6, and that's more than enough. I'll explain to you exactly why it's time to add the pasta vegetables. We're going to add about 300 grams, whatever, 200, almost. Oops. Yeah, that's what we're going to add then is some salmon in handy cubes, and we're going to add 125. Alright, we added our salmon, 125 grams. You know what? I have some calories left, so I'm gonna use some broccoli. You know, vegetables. If you've got some calories left, guys, use vegetables. If you're a hungry guy like me, cannot eat enough, in my opinion. Oops. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, not much in there. We're gonna add all of it. 240, and as you can see, 200 grams. 76 calories, that's almost nothing guys, so it's worth it. It already is quite a big meal, but I'm not satisfied yet. I want to add some more protein rich food sources, and I'm going to start with some brown beans. Alright, after adding the brown beans, it's time to put the pasta on top. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So put it on top like that, and now it's actually time to add some spice, because that's what a lot of guys forget. To make this really tasty, add some spices. What we have here is some Cajun spices. I really like this, gives a nice spicy taste to the dish and adds a lot of nice seasoning, which makes it eat away a lot better. And let me apply this right here. So now that we've got the pan on the stove, it's time to turn it on. And you don't want the heat to be this high. You actually want it simmering like this. What you gotta do is add a lid. Boom, like that. And this allows everything to steam. So you just set a timer like 10 minutes, depending on how high the fire is, or how you put the gas, and it should be all done after that. It's just gonna cook. It's gonna be nice soft vegetables, a nice moist meal. The disadvantage of the active fry is that it dries it out, which makes the meal smaller, because vegetables are mainly water, but in here it retains the water. But the important thing is, it has to be frozen, guys. It has to be frozen, because then it releases the water and it allows the vegetables to cook in it, and the rest of it as well. Anyway, we will be right back to check on this meal. Oh, and in the meantime, guys, check this out. I'm very happy with this. Check it out. It is the Muscle and Fitness, and guess who is on the cover? Wesley Vissers, and that is none other than me. I really am happy with this. This is like the first real big step into this community, and I'm featured with an Arnold pose, a classic pose to show off, you know, the golden era, and I'm very happy that you know, the person who puts people on the cover really chose me, because he's also a fan of classic bodybuilding, and I'm just very fortunate. And there's even, you know, this means the new Arnold seems to have arisen. That's the title. And there's actually, you know, let me see real quick. this is me as well, putting off the same pose as Arnold. This is in 2014 at a competition. I believe it was the Ironman or the Juliet Bergman Grand Prix. But you know, I really tried to emulate Arnold poses and it seems to have worked out. But the real article, guys, is right. 1 second. Here. This is my article. This is basically talking about the comparison between me and Arnold. These are Arnold poses. I'm very pleased with these full page pictures. As you can see, this was also my competition in the Flex Cup 2014. You know, putting off. This is actually Arnold in his bodybuilding book, and I was supposed to emulate his pose. Let's see with the lightning. You know, and I think it looks pretty much alike. I'm very happy with the results, and this is just the beginning, guys. It's really time to bring back classic physiques, and this is a side chest that Arnold also used to pull off, you know. Still working on it, but it's going great. Yeah, talking about the movie Pumping Iron. Nice back double bicep, you know. And that's it, guys. I'm really, really happy with this. So this is the Dutch Muscle and Fitness. So if you are in the Netherlands, make sure to buy this one, guys. And it's also probably, you know, you're probably able to get it internationally. I'm not sure, but I'm just very happy to be featured on the damn cover, guys. Really amazing.
So, let's get on our way with our workout, guys. It is a chest and back workout with only supersets like they did in the old days. It's all about recreating that classic physique here, and these workout methods really do pay off. The supersets cause you to burn a lot more energy, and you'll get fatigued much faster, and it's much more efficient in multiple ways, especially when cutting, which I'm doing right now. And also, when you do your back exercise, for example, your chest gets stretched and basically rests, and vice versa with the chest exercises. So it works really well. Anyway, we start off with a slight incline on the Smith machine, and the Smith machine can be a very nice tool to be able to go a little heavier than usual, while still focusing on the exact muscle you have in mind. And with me, it is the top of my chest, and this extra weight helps stretch it out even more, as opposed to the regular incline bench press, which you cannot really put a lot of weight on. And Arnold used to do the Smith machine as well, as it was shown in his preparation for the 1980 Mr. Olympia, which he did win. And we superset this exercise with machine rows, so 2 exercises that are pretty much stuck in position, so you can really get started by focusing on the contraction. Now, to target the upper chest a little more, we do a squeeze exercise, and the previous one was focused on the stretch more, and this one on the squeeze or contraction more. You of course have to stretch deeply on this one as well, but this hammer strength exercise, as you can see, has 2 separate handles which move inwards, so you can get a very good stretch without involving the shoulders too much. And the upper chest is a weaker area of mine that I intend to bring up, especially for my show, so I don't show any weaknesses, which is why I like to spice up my chest exercises by adding different upper chest movements. And we superset the incline hammer with a high row exercise. Again, 2 similar exercises in this superset, both hammer strength and both separate handles on the machines. Now, with the back, I always like to stretch a lot, and to me that is what getting a wide back is all about. Stretch as far as you can, but don't forget to squeeze for that back thickness either. Moving on to cable flies, and you may have noticed we're using machines today, and I've been having this cold. Maybe you can still hear it in my voice a little, but I always like to ease into my workouts again by doing mostly machines or cables, but that doesn't mean they don't belong in the classic exercise catalog. The cable flies are very famously done by Arnold himself. You can get a really nice stretch and especially squeeze with constant tension on your chest. And with the dumbbell flies, you lose the tension when you're at the top of the movement. So for people who find it difficult to contract their chest and want to improve their mind-muscle connection with it, use cable flies to practice this. And we superset the cable flies with a lat pull down. And I always like including some kind of pull down because we all want that extreme V taper in our backs. That is pretty much the first thing you'd want as a classic bodybuilder. A back that is as wide as possible and a waist that you keep tight to achieve that V taper. And pull downs mainly target the lats and how they flare out, so make sure you stretch out those lats to make them grow. The next superset is about fatiguing chest and the back, and I chose to do this with a chest press, and I actually did a drop set at the end of this. I should film these parts of my workouts, which I will, but we haven't done any flat chest exercises yet. So we did incline and we did flies, and this is one to finish off the chest completely. Contract your chest hard and get a good stretch. Make sure your range of motion is as complete as you can get it. That way you include as many muscle fibers as you can to make the chest as big as possible, guys. And we superset the chest press with an underhand pull down. And I did this exercise during my back width workout video, and I really liked the feel of it. It's basically a combination of a stretch and a squeeze exercise for the back. So it's a great way to finish with, to fatigue as much muscle fibers in your back as possible. And I'll keep saying it, but with back exercises you should just always stretch your lats. That's how I got my lats the way they are today, by consistently having a full range of motion and sometimes even exaggerating the stretch to give an impulse to those lats to grow outwards, because that's what we want, right? Some golden era goodness. Talking about that, it is time for some good old dumbbell pullovers. A staple, in my chest or back workouts. A very good exercise to practice your mind-muscle connection with, because you can consciously choose which muscle you want to contract most, either your chest or your lats. And I choose to use both, since this is a chest and back workout. So during the bottom of the movement I focus on the stretch of my back, of my lats, and my chest automatically stretches with it. And when I go up I focus on the contraction of my chest. I do quite a lot of reps over 3 sets on this one to make sure I exhaust the muscles and be done with them for today. And this really is an excellent finisher for this workout, as it ties in your chest and back perfectly. It makes it easier to do a vacuum. It emphasizes those classic serratus muscles. It creates chest and back thickness and so much more. Keep doing them, guys. You won't regret it. As you can see here, I'm doing some poses during my workout, a great way to enhance mind-muscle connection and actually creates better muscle separation if you do a lot of posing. It's also just nice to be able to display all your work in the best way possible. And the only way to do that is to know how to pose correctly, and I'll make a lot of videos of this too, the standard poses and the classic poses coming your way. And I wanted to show you one of the abdominal exercises that I like to do. I train abs 2 to 3 times a week on top of my daily vacuum exercises. Abs are created in the kitchen, but getting them defined is what you actually got to work for in the gym. And this exercise targets the lower abs really well. And the little extra I do there at the top ensures I contract my abs fully. And I like to do body weight ab exercises the most. To me they are heavy enough, honestly. And that concludes this workout. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. There is much more to come. I will not stop. It is a lot of fun doing this actually, and if you like what you see, don't forget to share the channel, please, the videos. That will help a lot in getting VintageGenetics more known to the rest of the community. I'm really motivated to keep going and the future seems bright, guys. Thanks for watching and remember to stay good.